Gina Pemberton, and normally people say Gina Pemberton, which I like as well because it means I really got it going on. So I am the Chief Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer at Omnicom Health Group, and I am really, thank you, right? Get my title right, y'all. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I still get a paycheck, whatever you call me. So, and that's most important because I have trips to take and donations to make. So I am really happy and honored, since we'll follow that theme, to be here to be able to present this award to my company and my CEO and boss and friend, Matt McNally from Omnicom Health Group. And one of the things that we're really focused on is our mission of fostering a culture of diversity, equity, inclusion, and acceptance, not just within our organization, but also how we can impact the communities. And as you know, health is in our name, and we're really focused in on how we can make a difference in health equity through the work that we do with our clients. For over 2 years, we have worked closely with Live Out Loud, and that connection came through my dear friend, Tyel Hayes, who is getting honored tonight, well deserved. He was yammering on about some organization he was a part of, and I was like, oh, I think I need an organization like that. And normally I don't listen to him. So I was pretty proud of myself for paying attention. But we did an initiative with Live Out Loud called the Florida Can't Gag Me campaign. And we have been focused on advocating and bringing awareness for LGBTQIA+ individuals. And so, like I mentioned, I'm honored to present this 23rd annual Live Out Loud Corporate Excellence Award to our CEO, who is an exceptional leader, his visions have led us down the path of having a more open, more inclusive, diverse organization that is focused solely on how we can help people, no matter who they are, what they make, what they love, who they might like, who they want to pay for, what doesn't matter. Everything is open, and so I'd like to take this moment to introduce Matt McNally.
So I won't say humbled. I think this is a very surreal moment for a young kid that grew up in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania. Didn't know anyone that was like me, was kind of kicked walking down the hallway. And to sit here and work for a company that is doing work for kids like me that didn't have a voice or didn't have someone to look up to is pretty freaking surreal. So I'm very honored to be here. And I need my readers because I turned 50 in 2 weeks. As Gina said, our partnership with Live Out Loud started over 2 years ago with the development of the Florida Can't Gag Me campaign. The campaign that we're proud to say is still running today. The campaign was really about educating individuals about the Parental Rights and Education Act passed in Florida. Don't say gay, for all of us that saw that in the news. And unfortunately, now that is spreading to dozens of schools around the United States. And really the idea of, not allowing public schools for having conversations in the classroom around discussing sexual orientation or gender identity. When this bill was being proposed, our team was horrified. As Gina talked about, we focus on health, but health comes in a lot of different facets. And we just couldn't believe this was happening, and we wanted to get involved. And most importantly, we were thinking, how can states try to strip away the rights of today's youth? Not only to enable them to not have conversations, but more importantly, focus on endangering them, endangering their safety, like a lot of us who grew up in very rural areas or even in urban areas today. So we're like, what can we do? So as a proud member of the LGBTQ+ community, this idea of being silenced really resonated with me, because silence can equal fear. For me, it was fear as a little kid to ask questions, fear to ask for help, fear to have a conversation, fear to love, fear to look in the mirror and just be okay with who is looking back at you. So we had to do something. So at OHG, we really believe in the power of dialogue, education, understanding, and really to foster empathy to create a more inclusive and healthier world in every aspect of what we do. As an organization, as Gina talked about, committed to DE&I, we could not remain silent in the face of such injustice that we were hearing in Florida. We knew that we had to act. We knew that we had to raise our voices. We had to mobilize our employees and teammates in the United States to stand up for the injustice that we are seeing. So we created the Florida Can't Gag Me campaign. Pretty amazing. If you haven't seen the visuals, it has an orange in people's mouths. You know, you can't stop us from being who we are. You can't stop us from asking questions. You can't stop us from having a conversation, really to spark a conversation, to spark a dialogue, and to let the government know that we are not going to sit by the side and allow this to happen to today's youth anymore. It's not going to happen. So, you know, it's a lot of gratitude to stand up here. It's an honor to lead an organization that develops campaigns like this, you know, focused on today's youth, focused on what we need to do. And to date myself, as Harvey Milk once said, hope is never silent. And when I look out at this room tonight and hearing the other honorees and working alongside of the team from Live Out Loud, I know that we will never be silent. I see a lot of hope, and we will never be silenced. Thank you.